All right, so it was good, y'all. It's a few days later. My neighbor, he told me that his truck was still doing squeak upon startup. What I had him do, since I noticed that all of the belts were coated with like grease and grime, I told him to go ahead and, wash all of that off. So he did that. He said the squeaking's a lot better, but now it still only squeaks upon startup. So what I did, I tried spraying some belt dressing again, and the belt that I changed is still coated in oil. A mechanic is going to tell you to change all of your belts, when they do something like that, if they have to replace something. My neighbor just trying to save a buck or two, which I understand. So we still get the squeal and punch start up. Hold on, let me. I don't know if y'all can hear that. It's pretty bad. It's not as loud, but it still is. So, uh, two of the three belts, they had good tension on them. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to change that alternator belt because the tensioner is almost at max reach of what it could do, and the belt is still loose. So let's get to swapping this alternator belt. So remember the three belts. One, the second one is back there somewhere. Then the third one, the one that I changed, is right there. So the alternator belt is that middle one where my finger's pointing. Of course, it's not going to focus, but so to take that one off, I had to take this outside belt and then that middle one off. So this is the tensioner for the outside belt right here. I'm going to have to loosen that up so I could get that belt off. And then the tensioner for the, hold on. The tensioner for that other belt is, focus, dang it. That long bolt right there. So let's get to work. You're not going to be able to watch me, but I'll do the best I can to give you a shot of what's happening. So I already took that piece off to show you where the tensioner was at. This is all a part of the intake tubing. And let's get to this tensioner right here. Oops, wrong way. Let's continue. There you go. And voila. First belt is off. Can't do much with it. So we're just gonna let it rock. And the way this looking, I'm gonna have to take this fan off too. Mm, mm, mm. But let's get to that one now. That one down there, that's the alternator. And I'm gonna be very mad if it starts to rain. Alright, so after what seemed like forever, we had to disconnect the fan. And boom. Go ahead. Set this over to the side. You want to check, make sure I got tension, which it does, so we're good. So now, see this whole pulley is loose. Boom. Straight like that. So now this is belt number 1. I was able to come off. It is a little bit crusty with oil and grime, but it's not cracked or anything like that. Put it to the side. Yeah. This was the alternator belt, the one that we took off, that we were reaching for. So just want to double check. Like I said, it is oily, but it's in okay condition. So now you want to see if it's stretched at all. Let me set y'all up. It's a new belt on the front with the little white strip in the middle. and that's the old belt on the side. Pretty noticeable if you ask me.
Alright. Installation is a reverse. Belt pulley. Now we're going to slide the pulley. Now, installation is a reverse of removal. Put the belt over the fan pulley. Gonna set that in place. Around the middle of the crank. All the way down now. Then we gotta wrap it around the alternator. Let's retry this. Because I did slide the fan pulley off last. That gave me the best shot. So now go around the alternator. And I'm trying to get everything up onto the fan pulley housing. Sheesh. Sometimes give me a little persuasion, so trying to see if the alternator is going to give me any play so I can move this into the upper position, but of course not. So what we're going to do, we're going to loosen this supposed tension a little bit more. That's crazy how much that belt stretched. No amount of belt dressing or anything in the world was going to take up that much slack. So now let's try this again. That obviously is not going to work. So now we're going to, right now it's basically going to be like trial and error. Sometimes what you can do, you can put some silicone lubricant. That could potentially help. But the way this is looking right now, that ain't gonna work. So, I don't think I got enough room for the problem. Alright. So it's getting there. Probably a few more times. I think this tension is maybe like half of the way adjusted back outwards. And that's finally giving me some space to almost get this going. So I'll get back underneath. Couple times, let's try this again. There we could do a little finagling. Got it on, kinda. As you can see, I got the top on, but let's do a few more turns. See that right there? It's close, but it's still not even. Neighbor got me out in the rain. It's getting there, slowly but surely. Of course, my hands are full of grease, so I can't just twist the boat with my fingertips. Now, it's not even perfect, but it's holding, so let's get this fan up in here. And through the bottom, it can't come out the top because of the fan shroud. You know, obviously, that'll make everything a whole lot easier. You know, but so now we gotta line up the holes on the pulley and then on the fan itself. And then we'll drop the bolts back through. Alright, let's hit a time lapse.
Did all of that, got that second belt back tight. Guess what I forgot? Outside belt. So I gotta take this fan back off. Let's do it. After what seemed like days and days, finally got everything back situated. Now we put the last belt back on. I know, sorry, pardon the light, please. So, over. Let's point down. Where's my finger? Underneath this piece where the fan is at. See right where the light is shining, that's the crank pulley. And then you're gonna bring it up. Now we got the tensioner going a little bit. You want to test the belt. Now that's very loose. So let's keep going. All right, now let's check the belt again. See that? Not too much deflection. Let me get y'all some light. Perfect. Let's wrap it up. Let's start her up, see how we sounding. So we had a 15% chance of rain and it actually freaking rained. Like, what's the freaking odds of that, man? But now, first startup, let's see. See what happens when we turn the air on. Job well done, if you ask me.